Atlas is very weird, and they take so long just to put out a game, bro. It's just.
Hello everyone, I'm Masahiro Sakurai, director of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate from Sora Limited. We'll be using today's showcase to give you a first look at our next DLC fighter. Actually, hardly anyone knows what we'll be announcing today, even among Nintendo staff worldwide. The development team and other stakeholders have been working on this fighter with the utmost secrecy.
What?
Which means other Nintendo staff around the globe will only start making preparations for release after the showcase has been broadcast. So, it won't be available right away.
Wow!
But it will take a little time.
Wow!
I think even many Nintendo employees will be surprised to see this and say, wow, really?
Wow!
So, let's all share in the fun of getting our hands on the latest information.
You!
However, even if you say, that's not the character I was picturing, I hope you don't have any hard feelings.
Okay.
We prepared a fighter reveal video. Once it starts, I think you'll figure out who it is pretty quickly. Now, let's do this.
The time has finally come to unleash the forbidden spell of Zaharat.
It's Fire Emblem. It's Fire Emblem, bro. Are you kidding me, man? We said we were done with the Fire Emblem. Are you kidding me, bro?
What were you thinking, charging right into an enemy's trap? As you and I are one, I too am trapped within this void. In time, our hearts and minds will cease to be. Are you prepared to die? I thought as much. I also do not wish to die. And yet, there is no other choice. You must join Smash.
I just passed this part on Fire Emblem.
Join Smash Brothers already! What in the world are you waiting for?
So joining Smash
I'm sure he'll be a...
consumes even the darkness itself.
So you return, and sooner than expected. I see. Too many swordsmen, are there? And you wield the sword as well? What will you do? Huh. So that is how you plan to win the day? So be it. I reward your cleverness this time.
You win the day by becoming a waifu? Okay. Oh, okay. So he's... So you're gonna use like the different weapons? You can switch weapons?
Oh,
Of anyone, you should be able to handle the hero's relics. With Arid Fire, strike with superior reach.
Yes, so you can change weapons. Oh, that's awesome, bro. That's really cool.
Unleash the blinding speed of Fail Not.
That's really cool.
Along with the sword of the creator.
Yeah.
Each weapon matches a direction. Your will and mine be now as one. To you, both sides of time are revealed. Through Smash,
Oh
There you
my
have it.
god, bro.
Byleth from Fire
Oh
Emblem Three
no.
Houses is joining the battle. Fire Emblem Three Houses was released just last summer, so it's still very new. Even so, you'll soon be able to play as them in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This release is planned for January 28th. You'll have instant access if you have the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass.
The
And it
28th.
will also be available for purchase individually. In case you're not familiar with Fire Emblem or Three Houses, I'll
Oh.
explain a few things, so don't worry. First off, what is Fire Emblem? It's
For
really hard to
five?
pronounce in Japanese. The producer said it's okay if I just say Fire Emblem. But when writing it, if you don't write Fire Emblem, the Fire Emblem police will come and get you, so please be careful. The series' first entry launched in Japan on the Famicom.
I wonder if Three Houses leaders will show up. They do in
tactical role-playing games. You might be wondering what makes it
They do in the
particularly
thing.
tactical.
in the stage.
Well, it's tactical in that it simulates
I
combat.
chose
You
the
can
Golden
think of it
Deer.
as moving pieces in a board game. Or in other
I
words,
chose
a
Golden
game in
Deer,
which
and
advance
you know,
units across a grid and battle.
that's the one I started with. I actually have like a few videos on my YouTube of me playing through the
When we
game.
talk about tactical
I
games of
canceled
that
the
era, there were
the
lots of ones in
playthrough though
which you
because
command
for
tanks,
one, the game is
aircraft, and
so
on.
long.
But
I
Fire
never
Emblem
had
was
no
unique
clue that game
because
would be
each
so
unit was a specific
god
character,
damn long,
sort of
bro.
like in role-playing games.
And
Plus, something made it stand out from other Nintendo products.
I mean, like Zero would have made sense, but like Zero's already like a assist trophy on here.
That's pretty direct language though, so perhaps we should just say they're sleeping with the fishes.
I respect. I like the character as a character.
But really, if a character fell in battle, you lose that unit. They'd be gone and you couldn't use them again. Recent entries in the series maintain this concept of permadeath to some degree in the classic mode and what have you. But a lot of games now allow strategic
I
withdrawals,
promise
so to
you,
speak.
man. Everybody
In the
dick
older
just
games,
went
the
south.
units would really be
Everybody
gone,
dick
never
just
even
went
mentioned
south
again.
after they just revealed this. I promise. But like, I'm
The game's stories are told like chronicles of war, with increasingly distinct characters and engrossing
okay,
scenarios.
Sakurai. I like Fire Emblem too, but like, please.
Several characters also appear in the Super
Why
Smash Bros.
Byleth?
Series, and six
Right
of the
now?
7 can use a counterattack.
Why not
It's the
later?
down special.
Well, why not in the next character
There's
pass?
actually a
I
reason
could have
for
waited
this.
for
When
him.
I was considering how to
I
incorporate
coulda waited
Fire
for
Emblem
them,
fighters into
like,
Super Smash Bros. Melee.
I coulda
thought
waited
it
for
might be
that.
Interesting to reflect the turn-based nature of the original game. First comes your opponent's turn. They attack and you counter. Next comes your turn. And now, Fire Emblem Three Houses is the 17th game in.
I would have been happy if it was
People who
if
aren't
it was
Japanese
Dante or like
might be thinking,
Sora
17
or
games? There are that
or
many?
like
Well,
somebody
you
else,
can
man.
find them
Somebody
through
else.
remakes, but you don't
Anything
include
but
Satanic
Fire
Units. If
Emblem,
you are
man.
something sharp
We
like
have
Fire Emblem
enough
Warriors,
Fire
then it comes out to
Emblem.
17
I
games.
paid $25 and you still want to give me Fire Emblem, Daddy Sakurai?
I'll give it a
I'm
try.
thankful, but I'm also disappointed, man. You directly said there's too many goddamn Fire Emblem characters in this game and you wanted to do this? Ah! My God! It's just so irritating, man. It's so, oh my God. And now you count out. That's why he went like this? 3 houses?
So you saw how I was counting in a weird way, right? I was counting in binary. This is 0. Fold this here and you get 1, and then you get 2. Then 2 plus 1 equals 3. So this would be 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then you get 16. Add 1 and you get 17. Awesome, isn't it?
Are you kidding me? This guy,
Actually count
are you kidding
31
me?
on one hand.
Did he just flip off the camera? I could have sworn he just did that.
You can count all the way up to 1,023.
I'm so triggered, bro. I'm so
If you
triggered.
end up counting
Ah!
the tatami mat, you could always give it a go.
You had to get. You specifically
What is
said
Fire Emblem Three Houses?
you have too many Fire Emblem characters. They're all sword fighters, bro. It's still a sword fighter. It's still a sword fighter, bro.
Byleth becomes a professor who ends up leading one of 3 academic houses.
The game is good. We get
Once
it.
you've chosen a house, you guide them through their school life, and, well, you end up fighting the other houses. After a certain incident, 5 years pass, and you meet up with your grown-up students to battle against the other houses in their regions. It's a very sad game in which your former allies become enemies, turn hostile, and try to kill you. To understand the concept of Fire Emblem Three Houses, I played an early version of the game before its release. I've done the same thing before, with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, for example, because I couldn't wait until launch to experience it, or we'd have never made it in time. For that title, I borrowed an early version of the game for 2 days, ran around all the areas, saw the ending, and realized for the first time, I guess we can't really have Breath of the Wild's Princess Zelda as a fighter.
At this point, I would have preferred Breath of the Wild Zelda over Byleth.
Endings. It was really hard to get a feel for it.
I mean,
And of
the
course,
people that wanted
there
Fire
weren't
Emblem
enough
characters wanted somebody like Edelgard, or somebody that's like an axe fighter or a lance fighter.
The game has
They did
multiple routes, and
okay.
the outcome of each is very different.
Doing this?
Your experience will vary depending on the route you choose, and many of the characters you meet will adopt different roles in the story. I'll try to avoid spoilers when I'm talking about
It's
the fight.
basically just
I hope you'll
Link.
understand. Before my demonstration, I should point out that when I did the Terry Bogard showcase video, I mentioned that it was recorded a month in advance. But this time, we have to account for the holidays and such, so we're filming 2 months in advance of this video's release. Right now, it's actually November.
Wow. This has been around since November. Are you freaking kidding me? You telling me
As always,
That
I'm
the-
using
that the
a special
Nintendo
video camera and
employees
such for demonstration purposes.
had this character up
Here we
and
go.
ready since November? Just trying to balance them out. Okay, let's watch. Let's watch.
So, this is our new fighter, Byleth.
I like thigh meat, but like yeah, man, I like thigh meat.
It's maybe a
I'm
bit
obviously
better
gonna
than
pick the
others,
girl
that's about all you can
and playing
say.
with her over the
Those are
dude
not their
because
strong point either. Their
the girl's
grab
always
strength,
better.
But actually, you
Did
could
same with
say
Robin
it's a
and Corrin.
distance demon.
Look weird as a dude.
The hero's relic they use changes depending on the direction you input with the stick. Each of the hero's relics is a weapon that appears in Fire Emblem Three Houses. They look like bones, and there's a reason for that. First, let's talk about the weapon Byleth uses for upward inputs, the Sword of the Creator. The Sword of the Creator here is Byleth's default weapon. They use it for flurry attacks and tilt attacks, such as down tilt attacks, where it takes the form of a whip. They also use the sword for dash attacks and other moves. For their up smash attack, they'll whip the sword upward to launch enemies in the air.
That's cool.
For their up air attack, they'll wave the whip sword overhead. The hit detection for this attack lasts for a relatively long time. The up special move is really something. The sword extends like this, allowing you to do things like this.
That's cool.
It was
That's
pretty
cool as hell.
interesting how I knocked
That's
it into the
cool,
air
bro.
with that attack.
That's like
And in
Joker's, but a
addition,
little bit better. Oh, that's nasty. Oh, that's so. Oh my god. And that's an infinite? Is that an infinite?
That said, you'll launch opponents upward until their damage reaches a certain percentage.
Oh my god. Somebody is
See
gonna
that
be having a
percentage and you'll
field
need to
day.
be careful. You may find it helpful to mid-air dodge. I've already shown this, but you can also use it to latch onto edges. So that's the up special. Now
Okay.
for the sideways inputs. This is Eredvar, the same name as the weapon from Celtic mythology. First, we'll go through the forward and back air attacks. As you can see, they have a long reach. Like so. Marth's air attack keeps opponents in check too, right? If Byleth does the same thing, you'd win out, so you should be able to beat it. Next, the side smash attack. This also has a long range. It'll connect even from here.
Okay, so it's not exactly you changing the special. You're not changing the weapons with
Also,
the
if you
special.
add an upward tilt,
You're using
you'll be
multiple
stronger.
weapons as different inputs.
And if you've knocked an opponent down, the side attack won't hit unless you add a downward tilt to aim for them. By the way, the tip of the lance is more powerful. The shaft part is weaker, so it's not suited to close combat. It won't deal much damage, and it won't launch opponents far. That's why, as a rule, you want to hit with the blade part aimed upward, or downward in this case. Next, the side special move. Byleth will simply swing the lance like this, but again, it has excellent reach. For example, even when your opponent is at this distance, it'll still hit.
So what does it work like in the air? Can you use it for mobility?
Actually, you can do a smash attack to charge forward a little, like this.
Wait, what?
But as you'd expect, it can be easily shielded, so be careful. Use it in midair and you'll carve up a
Just
large-
remember that Sakurai is doing both the shield and parry
Returning to
that
the side
at
air
the same
attacks from
time. This
earlier,
man is a
they have
god.
great horizontal reach, but they lack verticality. So this complements it well. Although you'll be vulnerable when you land.
Bruh.
Now,
Shoulda
for the
got
downward
Okami,
hit.
man.
For these,
Shoulda
Byleth
got
will use
Okami,
an
bro.
assault Emir.
Shoulda got Okami stag.
It's named after a weapon that appears in Yu
Amaterasu. Yes, you spelled it right.
First, the down air.
Amaterasu. Can you imagine if Amaterasu was in Smash? I wouldn't expect Amaterasu to be in Smash.
You can try for a
But,
meter
like,
effect with this attack.
Give Hideki Kamiya baby some love, bro, because that game is so underrated.
Swing of the axe.
Even to this day, it's still just
As you can see,
unrecognized.
it has a
And
great
honestly,
deal
I
of
count that up there with Zelda, bro. Like that's like such a good
And
game,
for the
such a
down
good
special,
series, bro.
Byleth channels all their energy into a devastating strike. It's a bold move, similar to the Falcon Punch, but here's what makes it different. When readying the move, there's a super armor effect.
That's a destructible
which allows you
environment.
to withstand an
It's
attack.
got to be. You got to break that or
Just so you
something.
know, if you execute a Falcon Punch at about the same time, it
Damn.
comes out like this. It's a bit slower than the Falcon Punch, but due to the super armor effect,
It's on
you have
every
the advantage.
PlayStation.
Unless you get grabbed.
It finally got ported to the Xbox.
Another notable aspect
And it's
is
been
that it lets you
on-
pass through platforms. While
It's
you're
been
charging
playable
up, you
on
can breeze
every
past
console for
platforms like this
Nintendo
to reach a lower area.
since
It won't
like
let you jump,
the
but
Wii
you
and
could
up.
use
Like
it
you
as
can
a
play it on the
surprise
Wii
attack.
U if you got a Wii version of it, and
Also, you can turn around during the move.
oh, that's
The
so
swing
cool.
takes a while. So if an opponent runs behind you during the move, you can quickly change direction.
People wanted Dante, bro.
Even though it can be hard to land a hit with this move,
Dante could have been like
it can
Bayonetta,
be really effective when used against a group of opponents.
but a little bit more stronger and
Plus,
slower,
even if you
maybe.
fail to land a direct hit, any opponents on the ground nearby will still be launched a little.
I feel like this isn't it though. I feel like
It's a
yeah, they're gonna have this, but I still got hope. I still got hope that there's gonna
By
be
the way,
like
earlier I talked a little
a-
bit about the other Fire Emblem
a final
characters'
character
moves.
reveal at
I
the
don't
end of
recommend
this.
using
That's
this
gonna be
down
like,
special against fighters
oh,
from the Fire
okay,
Emblem series,
this is
because
next.
you'll
This is
just
the
get
new
loads of
character
counters.
pass. But if it just
You
goes
can't
off
get
and
that
quiet,
much power
man,
in a single attack.
I'm just gonna
Counters
be
can
so
actually
sad,
multiply
bro.
the power of blocked attacks, and using easily anticipated attacks like this could just get you hit by counter after counter.
Dante's also in
Next, we
Marvel
have the
vs.
neutral
Capcom.
moves. The bow you use is called Failnaught, which shares its name with the bow from the Knights of the Round Table. It only appears in a few neutral moves. You've got the neutral air attack. This attack is similar to a move of Pit's and other fighters like him.
So it's
It
a
lets
neutral.
you spin the weapon around.
Except it's not like a
It's also easy to
it's
create
a
certain
blunt
combos
attack.
with
It's
it.
not like a slicing kind of attack.
And with the neutral
It's not as
special,
quick.
You'll let loose an arrow.
Neutral B is
Seems
just
pretty
an arrow.
straightforward, right?
How many characters
But there
got
are a
that?
few
He
noteworthy
yeah, he's
aspects
literally
to the
Link
bow.
from that. He's like a mix between Captain Falcon,
First,
Link, and
the biggest
maybe like
difference
Marth or
between
something.
this bow and Link
And
is
a little
that
bit
once
of,
you
like,
enter the
corn.
command, you can keep charging until it's ready. You can't release it partway through
Skull
the
Kid been
charge,
on the
so
list,
when
but
it
Skull
does
Kid is
fire,
also like
the
an
arrow
assist
travels
trophy on
at
here,
high
so he
speed.
got deconfirmed,
It's
bro.
also very powerful. That said, you can still cancel out of the stance using the shield button. You can also change direction while in the stance. It works up until this point, but if you keep holding the button, you'll unleash
Oh
a
wow.
powerful arrow that looks like a beam of light. You can perform this move by keeping the button held down. You charge up power like so, charge a bit more, and then fire. But again, you'll need to take care when using this move. For one, when you've powered up the move to its max, there's no way to cancel out of it. Not even with the shield button. In other words, you're committed to firing it. So you see, a situation like this is pretty terrible. Once you've entered the stance, you won't be able to do anything. Which means it's quite the risky attack to use against fighters who have a move with a reflector effect. But you could always just aim into the fray, as it is, after all, a long-range move. Letting you
That's
deal a
literally
blow to opponents. So you need to think carefully when using this
like Dark
projectile
Pit's Final Smash though.
Byleth's final smash is called Progenitor God Ruptured Heaven. In the original game, there's a move called Ruptured Heaven. This is an enhanced version. As you can see, you team up with the mysterious
This stage is gonna be awesome though, I ain't gonna lie. I don't mind another Fire Emblem stage. Is it weird though that all of them seem to be brown?
Now, let's talk about the color variations. It's
Waluigi
set up so
should have been the one that
default
breaks
and
that
odd-numbered color
assist
variations
trophy
are nil,
barrier though.
while the even-numbered ones
Like it should be like, wow, I'm tired of this
the
shit.
third,
Die.
fourth, and fifth colors
Oh,
are,
that's
as you can
cool.
see, reminiscent of the house leaders. Those of you who played the original game will of course understand what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
The sixth color
Sothis.
is based on Sothis, who you just saw earlier. And the seventh and eighth variations have a different hair color, which is based on something that occurs in the course of the original game's story.
So literally
Did
just
you
a
see
hair
this
off.
variation in the final smash?
Just different hair color. Gary Mock.
Next, I'll introduce the stage. For this one, we of course tried to recreate the place where you spend most of the game, Garreg Mach Monastery. This is how
Bro.
Garreg Mach Monastery is laid out in the original game. From these, we chose to have it cycle through the marketplace, reception hall, bridge, and cathedral, all in one stage.
Sephiroth would have been so good.
It's the type of stage that rotates through different areas, such as these four.
There are far
Let me
more
introduce each of
characters
the guests
that
appear in these
deserve
four areas.
this position for a fighter's pass
The first area is the marketplace.
instead of this
I think
particular
this is where a lot
character.
of people
I
go
love
to
this
shop.
character. I like the character,
The guests
Sakurai.
that
I
appear here
appreciate
are
your hard
students of
work,
Blue Lion's house.
but your
Dimitri,
planning
Dedu, and Ingrid.
was not so
Not
well
Dimitri,
executed.
Dudu, or Ingrid.
Doo
Their
doo.
names are a bit difficult to say.
I hate doo.
They're largely from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus.
Bruh,
Since it's a
doo-doo.
kingdom, that means they have a monarchy. For that reason, I guess you could say Dimitri is the future king. He had quite a difficult life and may or may not end up with just one eye. He's an unfortunate one, that one.
Dang, bro. Like, you just spoiling that?
There are vendors on either side. In the original game, these are important booths where you buy all sorts of things, but...
I knew it. It
you
is
break them,
destructible.
you see. If you do break them, the stage will expand to the left and right.
That's cool.
I wonder where people will buy their supplies now. And in the background, you can see the gatekeeper. You often pass through this area in Fire Emblem 3 houses, and you end up talking to him a lot. Moving through these
Not really.
areas is
I don't.
possible thanks to this mysterious platform. Just when it seems like you've come to a stop, you'll come
Okay, you
crashing
got
back
Petra,
down.
you got
Broken through the ceiling
Edelgard,
slammed into
and
the door.
Dorothea.
And the guests in the reception hall are Edelgard, Dorothea, and Petra of the Black Eagles.
The fact that I remember
Take
that.
note, it's not spelled Edelgard. They're from the Adressian Empire. And as such, they embrace their military might. Edelgard is one of the characters who is central to the conflict. Depending on the path you
Is it
take,
just me
she'll
or does
go
those
through some
character
terrible
models look a little
ordeals.
bit like hazy or something?
You'll notice there are prominent chandeliers above the stage. It's
Oh, you
possible
can
to knock
jump
them
on the
down.
chandeliers? Oh, I'm totally finna be acting like CEO on this bit.
However, Byleth can't actually reach it, even though it's their stage.
Gonna swing
You can
around
reach
the
it with other
chandelier.
fighters, though.
Okay, I'm not gonna do that no more. I'm
So,
sorry.
it's nice if you
I'm
can
so
work your
sorry.
way up there by getting lucky and being launched up, or perhaps by using another fighter as a stepping stone. There we go. I made it. And you can knock it down. Also, you can break this table. Like so. Just like the sign that reads Furin Kazan in the Suzaku Castle stage, it can break if you launch the opponent into it at close range.
It can break if you do anything on the Suzaku Castle.
Next up, the bridge. The
Like
camera
literally,
rotates
I just
90 degrees,
like
creating this long area.
side tilt
It's very
onto it, and
wide
it'll just.
indeed.
Bloop. They put all these waifus in one room.
It's
Yes,
similar to the bridge of
you got
Calvin's
Hilda,
stage. The guests are from
Lorenz,
the Golden Deer,
and then you got Claude.
Hilda, and Lawrence. They belong to the Leicester Alliance.
Man, I just got a DM from one of my homies. He said,
Because
"Bruh."
of many other things, it's important that they have a wide assortment of members.
He's mad, yo.
Sharpest
Me
of the
too.
bunch.
Me too, bro. Me too.
Incidentally, both Claude and Hilda are the names of characters that appear in Genealogy
Me
of
too.
the Holy War,
Oh,
the
damn.
fourth title in the Fire Emblem series. I guess once you've reached the 17th game and are creating 40 characters for each new entry, you're bound
If
to get a bit of
hypothetically
name
you could kill
The
them
naming
once
process
and then
must be
hide
tough.
in the chandelier.
war. Hey, it looks like the
Time
Pegasus
runs
is
out.
busy training. As for the bridge's
I mean,
design,
yeah, you a
it's
bitch
just
if you
long
do some
path,
shit like that,
plain
bro.
and simple. You can expect plenty of blows to be exchanged at the edges of the screen. You could also say it's a place where the fail knot really shines, and in this sense, I think it suits the Golden Deer perfectly.
Are you fucking kidding me? This man just said I have to slap myself with fucking mustard.
The last area is the cathedral, only with some platforms you can pass through. The guest
Oh, that's the
are Flame
oh
and Ray.
yeah.
Their
Oh, it's
center
Raya.
appears to have an extremely strong bond with his sister, Flame. She seems to be under the protection of him and Raya, who you can see fighting during the opening of Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Bro, everybody wanted to smash Flame
All three
on
have
that
character
game,
quirks
bro.
related
Everybody
to
want to
true
smash
identities.
Flame. I don't,
I
bro.
feel that Flame might be saying shush at this point, so I'll leave it at that.
And Raya,
This
oh,
is
bro, she a
simple area
milk.
of the stage. All it has are these platforms. Being the last area, it may be a place where some intense battles will be waged. It'll cycle through each location in about 2.5 minutes. Okay, today we'll have a tag team battle in Squad Strike with the DLC team pitted against Fire Emblem protagonists from throughout the ages.
I cannot
That'll give
believe
us
this is the
precisely 5
DLC
players per
fighters
side.
team, bro.
Alright, here we go, Joker. Joker! And Hero!
Sakurai's just trolling, bro.
Gee, we really made a lot, huh? Banjo! By now, I think you know what I'm doing. But basically, I'm trying to defeat all 5 opponents with just the Professor here. But as expected, it's going to be a pretty tough battle, so I'm using anything I can get my hands on. It's not going to land that easily. Uh-oh, this is bad. Shenanigans. I better keep my distance. I'll use this chance to attack. Got it. That's scary. He's invincible for a moment here. Lots of explosives. Ouch. He perfect shielded that, huh? Good one.
Okay, Byleth is kind of
I
slow.
do this, or like so. No anti-air, huh? There, the soccer ball connected. Good, there's Mom.
There's Mom.
Maybe
Mother
this one,
Brain.
Mom.
He
I
calls
shouldn't
Mother
have
Brain
taken that.
Mom. Good,
Gargoyle.
there's Mom.
Well, I guess no one uses projectiles. At this point, it doesn't matter if Gardevoir.
Bro, Fire Emblem is really a good game, though. Like I should stream it. I should start back streaming it too. I really should.
See,
But like, there's like nobody that's really like watching it no more. I don't
mustn't
think.
give up.
And I think I got like too many games. It's one of those games where you kind of need to play it on your own time for real.
Ball. Yes, got it. Now, what are you charging up for? There's still more. Whack. Go on, you can take the hammer, but it's mine. Although I'm scared I might get hit with a counter in this state. I hit him. I was trying to fight using Byleth's abilities alone, but
yeah, Fire Emblem's really good.
Good game.
Like a really good series to get into anyway. And I've been trying to get into it for a while. The first Fire Emblem game I ever played was Two Sacred Stones.
So I think it's a good
and
idea
I got that when I got the 3DS Ambassador program, where they let you play with the Game Boy Advance games, which they never really did nothing like that again. They
now, about the additional music. Since it's from the Fire Emblem series, we'll be adding each of the new tracks to all the Fire Emblem stages. There are already a lot of Fire Emblem tracks in the game. Our selection this time has been made taking those existing tracks into consideration. 11 songs are being added. This includes an arrangement of the main theme in both Japanese and English.
They got a Japanese version of it? That's cool.
We're also adding in a new spirit board.
Yeah, totally.
It includes
Ephraim and
some of the other popular characters.
Ephraim and Elise.
Sophis is Legend class.
Yeah, I think Elise
also, there's a new
or something like that.
Out, a heroic legacy, which is designed to let you enjoy classic Fire Emblem stages from throughout the series' history. The final battle is against Master Hand and Crazy Hand, but you'll find that something pretty amusing happens, so look forward to that. Now for the Mii Fighter costumes. Please take a look.
Oh! Oh no, they did not, bro. They got Assassin's Creed on here? Rayman! Rayman! Rayman is at the end of this direct. I promise you, Rayman is at the end of this direct, what? Okay, more Mega Man. It's got to be Rayman at the end of this direct, bro. Something with Rayman, it's got to be at the end. Ubisoft, they've been one Rayman up in this motherfucker forever now. You ain't gonna do it like that. Or it could be Zero though, because you know you got Mega Man stuff up in here. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe Proto Man as an Echo Fighter. Maybe they announced Echo Fighters. Oh my god. Ah! They got coming! Wait! 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 What was that? What was that? Oh, you kidding me, man? They got the Cuphead Gunfighter. Are you fucking kidding me? That's so cool. That's so cool. Oh. And you get the music with it. Okay. This is a really good presentation and everything. I just hate that it's Fire Emblem.
This time, we're releasing a Cuphead costume.
Last time it was Sans. This time it's Cuphead. Bro, they really paying up with these memes, yo.
It's called
I never cared for Assassin's Creed either.
That plays when fighting Cagney Carnation. I hope you enjoy these as well. After purchasing a costume, I recommend using the sharing feature. If someone has created a Mii Fighter, you can play using the costume it's wearing immediately after you download it.
I never bought any of these costumes.
And now, onto the amiibo.
Okay, Richter and Dark Samus, that's cool.
The color palette for Dark Samus looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Oh, it looks so
Dark
badass.
Samus and Richter are planned for release on Friday, January 17th.
Somebody should customize the Richter to be like Joseph Joestar or something.
And now, with the addition of Byleth, the Fighter's Pass is finally complete. The lineup was Joker, Hero, Banjo and Kazooie, Terry Bogard, and Byleth.
At least they got their female representative in the Fighters Pass, though.
From more
Kinda.
than 70 fighters, only 5 have been added. But I must say, this game has always been an exceptional experience. And since the roster was already so large to begin with, right from the start, we intended to make the most out of the new gameplay mechanics and so on. There really were a lot of new mechanics, weren't there?
Yeah.
When we add a new fighter, we don't simply make their attacks or their movements a little different. Instead, we try to offer you a whole new style of play.
Yeah, that's good that they at least try to make it like significant with
As I
each fighter.
stated, we'll continue to release more DLC fighters down the line.
No, I really
thought
didn't
that
want Hero.
1 or 2 might suffice, but
I think
well, have a look.
I didn't really. Wait, what? Wait, what? What? What is this? Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 6. Are you?
No,
You
it looks
said
like there is
6.
one more fighter than last time.
Daddy Sakurai said 6.
For this reason, we will be releasing the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass Volume 2. It will be available for pre-purchase on the date shown. So
Y'all, I need a job.
And now that it's official, we intend to move ahead with development. Of course, like last time, the contents will remain unknown for now, and I'm personally very sorry that we have to release.
You want me to
Fighters
stream
Pass
Persona
Volume
5?
2
I gotta get it
when the
back from
details
Wonder
have
Soul.
yet to be revealed.
Or Persona 5R. Yeah.
Like last time, I'd be very grateful if, despite that, you would understand why and purchase it. Furthermore, the new additions have already been decided. Even if I receive many requests regarding potential candidates on Twitter, I'm afraid it would be very hard to consider them. But I still hope you'll look forward to it. We're also including a bonus with Fighters Pass Volume 2. Last time, it was a Rex costume. But this time, here's what we have.
Daddy Sakurai, what are you doing? Okay, Breath of the Wild Link. Oh,
It's
Guardian
a new
Link.
fighter costume for me Sword Fighter, the ancient soldier gear from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. This will not be for sale individually, so it can only be acquired as part of Fighters Pass Volume 2.
Lastly.
It's been reported that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the highest selling fighting game in the world.
Okay.
Personally, I don't know if it counts as simply a fighting game, but I guess it's seen as a fighting game around the world.
Is it a fighting game? Yes, Daddy Sakurai.
Street
Stop
Fighter 2 was
playing,
released
man.
for a
Stop
while,
playing.
but
It's
now
not a
Super
fighting
Smash
game.
Bros. Ultimate has surpassed it in
It's
total
it's
sales.
a commitment.
However,
and
I'm not
you-
sure if this is accurate. There were 5 versions of Street Fighter 2, or 6 to 7 if we really want to get into the weeds. Plus, there's the arcade versions and the 25 ports to other systems, so I don't know if that's been accounted for. Also, I don't know if that really qualifies as one game. It's up for discussion. So, who knows? But when it comes to a single piece of software, it seems like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is number 1. Although, I still don't know if it can really be called just a fighting game. I feel like it's become more than a fighting game, some sort of celebration of gaming or something else entirely.
That's true.
Also, I feel a deep attachment to the 5 DLC fighters.
I respect that. And I hope that he makes.
The first Fighters Pass
I hope he
just wrapped
makes
up,
some really good decisions for the next 6.
but it was decided that there would be more DLC. Which means, no breaks for me. I plan
Please
to
take
keep
a
working
break.
hard, so I hope you can continue to support us.
Please take a break, Daddy Sakurai.
That's it. Thank you.
Ah, man. Sakurai, you could have. I mean, like. I mean. Oh, bro. Oh, bro, look at the chat. Best game ever. This ride never ends, LOL. At least Byleth is using more than the sword, yeah. Look at the chat, though. It was okay. Sakurai needs rest. Sakurai really needs a break. No more Fire Emblem. I hate Fire Emblem. I swear to God, many people that hate Fire Emblem are the same people that hate that there's so many characters in Smash Bros. Father Sakurai, I want you to teach me the way. You're all babies for crying about not getting your characters. Was this whole thing just for a new Smash character? Nothing else? Duh. I think it's really cool. Hoes, man. Oh, man, bro. When the Mii costumes are more impressive than the fire. I swear to God, I got more excited over the Mii costumes than the fire, bro. Let's Samus Amiibo. Deception. Deception. I thought they was going to focus on like Nintendo characters after the fighter pass is up. Nintendo characters shouldn't have had even existed in this fighter pass, this first fighter pass. Bro, the chat is mad lad right now, yo. Mad lad boys in the chat. They were like, here is this character that you didn't ask for, but don't worry, we will have 6 more times to possibly disappoint you. We didn't ask for this 30-second right. I get it. It's your game, bro. But we didn't ask for this. Why did you do this? You said yourself that it would not be any more Fire Emblem characters that are just that Fire Emblem characters, man, because it's so oversaturated. I would have been done. We are done for Fire Emblem. Like we have been done with Fire Emblem for a while, bro. I thought that we were finished after Corrin. Here's a little bit of advice, right? How about we rotate between them, man? We just need to rotate between them. You know, you can keep like the other ones, but like maybe trade Byleth for Corrin or something like that. You know what I'm saying?